This is only the fifth time I've rebuilt this building. One of these times I'll get it right. Hello everybody. Welcome back to Automation Empire. My name is Arctic Wolf and this is episode 10. Our last episode we set up this beautiful system right here. Yeah, words today. At least the delivery part of it is beautiful. It looks nice and clean out here. This needs to be optimized a little bit better, and we need to work on this a little bit. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. We're going to start in this building and then work our way over to the gold, with the goal being that we want to break 9,000 kilograms in a 3-month period and have 500,000 research points. Where's right there? So that we can unlock the remote connectors. So that's what we're going for today. Probably going to start speed up right here, and I'll see you at the end. I did a little bit of research and investigation on the internet between the last episode and the start of this one. I watched a couple of videos on Automation Empire and did a little bit of research, and I discovered that I was doing this slightly wrong. So what I'm doing here is I am redoing the inside of this building so that we can make use of our combiners in a better way. The way I was doing it, they were getting in each other's way and all this. So what I do here to start with, I end up changing it out again. I come up with the idea that if we just run these big bins into the combiners and then run them out to a boxer and send all the boxers one direction, we'll get the desired effect. And then I'm like, well, we can use a storage bin and then we can send the boxers out both directions. So that's going to be our final for now final setup. Here I don't know what I was thinking. I was going to set another set of, yeah, I don't even know what that was about. I can't even explain it. So I took it out. We're going to run the ovens directly into this bin. We'll be dropping stuff off on this side. They'll get cooked, get sucked into the bin, and then the empty box will get destroyed. Easy peasy. We'll send iron in one side and coal in the other side, and we'll get the steel plates coming out the middle bins. The bringing it into the factory from the mine carts didn't change too much. It did a little bit. Like I rerouted the tracks a few different times to compensate for the boxers and all that. I kept forgetting about what I was putting in there and where everything was going to be and what direction things were going to be going. And I struggled for a bit with it, getting these in here right. But once I got them in, everything works great. Like, why was I trying to bend that track either way? And just needed to come in straight just far enough so that all the cars come in and can unload. And then we hook up a claw train to take it off of the raw and put it in front of the oven so it can get cooked. This is all pretty simple stuff. And from here we're running out of these middle bins over to a localized pickup station for the claw tracks that are going out to the trucks. And we got 3 claw tracks, so I put 3 drop-off pickup stations here and hook them in. I still work on that a little bit as it goes on, but this research upgrade that we're going for this episode is going to change the need to use these claw tracks and these mine carts and all this stuff inside the factories. And I'll explain that later when we get it. But for now, this is what we got to work with. This still isn't going fast enough. Right there, I was trying to connect it all into one big bin, and then I realized that, oh no, you got coal coming out on your boxes down here because you've got the coal bins connected to your steel plate bins, so the boxer's just taking whatever's in there and throwing it in the box. That was bad, so I took it back out. Here we're adjusting the number of mine carts on the different tracks to compensate for our new setup. But now we've got the steel plates going out in a pretty good rate. It looks pretty good. So now we're going to work on getting the science back in, which is just going to be pulled off of this. I was just going to hook it right to that bin, then I decided that I wanted to have it in its own bin. It's just one car taking it out, so it's never going to be more than 4. But the science stations can only hold 8 of any resource at any one time. So anything more than that goes to the overflow, wherever that is you're sending it. Here, instead of having this one long train running around to all these gold miners, I broke it up into 3 separate trains picking up from different points around the factory and bringing it to a centralized bin. So then I could use a minecart throttle valve to bring it into the building. And then we run it across the whole back end. I run it all into its own, each boxer gets its own smelter. And then each smelter, they go run it up to the front bins. The whole process of this wasn't even really a rebuild, it was just an increase in production. Took about an hour, maybe a little bit less, about 55 minutes. And overall, I'm satisfied with the outcome. We did end up meeting the goal for today's episode, so that was good. We got the remote connectors, which is like one of the best tools that you can use in this game. Yeah, I end up reworking the storage bins in the gold building a couple of times. But I've been rambling on about what I'm doing here for a while now. Why don't I just shut up and let you guys listen to some music, eh? Alright, and after the song, I'm back. We've got this almost completely figured out. Just putting in some final little parts right here. This is still not right. This ends up being a loop. But it's working for now. It's getting all the gold into the building. See, I try to run it down this side, and then I decide that it's not right. So we're going to end up looping it around and then pulling it out of the other side of the bin there. Yeah, right here. Yeah, we do it like that, and then it's just non-stop. So this valve will not stop emptying until there's nothing left to take out of it. So hooking in the last two ovens right here. This was all part of the plan to get to over 9,000 kilograms of total weight outgoing per month. Like, we were at 8,000 something before we added all this stuff, and now our setup that we have is optimized the best I can make it with the equipment that we have. I add another minecart track here. Just one of them is taking stuff over and then to the science, and the other one's just taking it over and dumping it off so they can box it up. And this creates a backup storage of the refined gold out here so that the crates and the claw trains are never out of the gold, so it's always ready and always going, and that's what pushes us over the 9,000. So we only ended up adding 2 boxers here, but it was enough. We got it. There we are. We got our 9,000. And it looks like our research is ready to claim. Check it. Can we get it? Yes, we did. Okay. There we go. And we're going to have to call it there for today. But in the next episode, repeat. We're going to rip it all out. Just the interiors of the buildings this time, not all the exterior infrastructure, just inside. But we can now color code these things. Like if I make that blue, see, right? And then I can get access to these ones. So if I pipe it into this one, okay, and now anything I pull out of one of these blue, like I don't need the let's see, how do I explain this right? For the ovens, you don't need to box it. Actually, you do need to box it, but it's let's see, you do one of these, and then you do something like, nope, that's backwards, like this, and then you do one of those, and then look right here. See, the coal comes out of that boxer even though it's way over there on the other side of the factory. So in the next episode we're going to be using that because that cuts out on a lot of these claw trains and mine carts inside the factory. We run it to a bin, we hook the bin to a color. We're going to break this building apart into 3. We're going to have one over here smelting iron, one over here smelting coal, and then them are both going to be hooked up with the minecart valves to the central building, hooked up, and we're going to have a massive array making as many of those, and then we can set them all on the outgoing lines can be really nice and clean. So I'm really excited now. That's like the one thing that makes this game like better than the rest is these underfloor piping. It's amazing. You can use 3 different colors. Each factory gets its own set of the 3 colors. So you can have one factory using the iron and the processed iron in 2 different bins, and then you just push it into one, suck it out from the other one, and then you hook the bin that you've got the outgoing stuff into to your boxers and box it all up and send it out. Or you can leave it in a big storage bin and use a minecart to take it to another location. It's extremely helpful. And it's going to cut down on the gold, the cost of running the gold here. We're only going to need 1 bin over there to hook all these in. And we're going to be able to set another lane on the other side with just 1 bin, taking it all in. It's going to be great. Because that's 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, $150,000 just sitting there in extra storage bins that we don't need anymore. So we're going to be able to fix all that problems. This unlock here makes everything work a lot better. So that's it for today. If y'all like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you like this channel and this playlist, hit the subscribe button. If you want to know exactly when my next video comes out, hit that bell icon. You'll get a notification. And you people have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by. With that, we'll see you next time. Arctic Wolf out.